Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. All right, guys, we're winding down 2021, and I've been so excited to do this video for you. This is my top items for 2021 and looking forward to 2022. So stay tuned. All right, so 2021 has been extremely busy, extremely exciting, full of surprises, full of stuff that I never thought that I would ever like. So, cheers from me to all the companies out there who have surprised me. Thank you so much. Since I'm probably their biggest fan and their harshest critic, as people have been telling me. All right, cheers to you guys. Want to support my black coffee habit? Buy Me a Coffee is the network /tennis spin. Thank you in advance, guys. I appreciate all the Sumatra everybody's been getting me. All right, so, okay, let's start with the clothes. You guys know, I'm a very, very harsh critic on clothes. Like, as soon as I touch something, I will know if I can wear it or not. If I touch that cotton shirt and it's all cotton and it's like sandpaper on my hand, I'm like, man, who makes this stuff? You know, why? You know, it's like, it belongs in that 5 for $10 deal in Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So you touch the thing, you touch the shirt, and you're like, oh, hello. You know, you want that soft feel, you know, soft. Because it's going to be sitting on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want freaking sandpaper on you, like scratching all the freaking time. You know what I'm talking about. All right. IB Cool made these great shorts this year. That's the logo. This is a small. That's the brand. I know it's on the pricey side, but here's the thing about these shorts. We got a little zipper compartment for everybody, okay? That's important. You put your keys in there. Credit cards, you can buy me a coffee, and then you can put nice deep balls in there. Oh crap, lost my tag. Anyways, but super, super comfy shorts. The only problem is they don't make white right now. So I've been asking for white. I've been asking for white, and they're working on it. It's just this cooling material is difficult to kind of dye into white or find that type of material that'll be made in kind of a sheer material like this in white. But keeps you nice and cool in the heat, right? You kind of don't know it's there. So you kind of have that, you know, yoga pant naked feel. Not that you guys would know that, but anyways, ask your women friends. All right, so they started with shirts though. And these things, when you touch it, it's like, ooh, cold. All right, it's great in that Florida weather, that Texas weather, wherever it's hot and humid, New Orleans, right? You bring this along, it's like your personal air conditioner, okay? So if you're gonna go somewhere hot, and you're not loving hot, grab a couple of these shirts. I bet you won't regret it. Okay. So both the shorts and the shirts actually last a long time. So those of you who know Lululemon, you know that those pants, those shorts, those shirts, just like these, last for years. It's not like the old, I won't name them, brands that you put on and a year later, you know, they fall off you because the elastic basically goes away, or it just fades, or, you know, something breaks, or it just tears, or it just looks really bad. Okay, just spend the extra money. You won't regret it. I kind of learned the hard way myself. So just try one. Okay. They're not paying me to promote this. I'm just telling you, this is what I use and why I use it. Okay? So, star of the show, I Be Cool. For you women out there, they started with a woman's line, and it keeps you cool also. They have a lot of great designs. So just check out the website. It's I Be Cool. The letter I-B, and then K-U-L. I Be Cool. Okay? I'll link it on the bottom. All right, let's go to Rackets. The racket wall has changed, but hasn't changed, if you know what I mean. We got the familiar names, right? Radical, Pro, Staff, Blade, but the feel has gotten a lot better for everything. No longer is the mute button on for all these rackets. And when you hit the ball on the strings, you're like, what the hell just happened? I don't feel nothing. Now you feel something. So everybody's done a great job enhancing feel. They're kind of, I don't want to say copying each other, but they're kind of doing the same thing. They're making the shoulder part, or the yoke part, as some people call it. They're making it kind of more bendy, flexible, so that when it does bend, you can actually feel the ball pocket into the strings a little bit better. And everybody's doing it, though. Everybody's doing it. But my award for, I want to say, comeback player of the year, since I've never liked this racket in my whole life, is, you guessed it, guys. You guessed it. It's the freaking Blade. Well, that's a 1619. I'll grab, no, this one. The Blade line. I mean, I've never liked this racket ever in the past before, and it's a shocker to me, like what Wilson did. And yeah. I love the shiny paint, and I'm sure that has to do with the feel. It's kind of an 80-20 split between people who love this paint job versus people who, like, what the hell are you thinking? So 20% of people are obviously saying, what the hell are you thinking? I mean, I don't hate it. I'm indifferent, I guess. Chameleon is fine. Chameleon is fine with me. All right. So Blade is my comeback player of the year, let's say. After 20 years, you finally came back and appeased me. All right. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys are buying it all over the place. Racket. Well, here, let me get, before I go there. The one racket that I just heard that will no longer be back, at least for 2022, is Burn. Unfortunately, they are going to nix this out of the line. As you know, I played with this, I want to say 4 years ago, 3 years. No, it's only been 2 years since I played with the Burn 100. After the Clash came out, I switched to that. But I'm going to miss this thing. I mean, it's just so easy. I tell people that are of age, you know, or even anybody, it just feels natural in your hand. This is how a racket really should feel. The weight, the balance, the way it comes through, the power it has. Definitely gonna miss this one. So best retired racket for, you know, going forward. I'm gonna miss you, Burn. I'm gonna miss you, Burn 100. Okay. Racket of the year. Racket of the year, as I was saying, I already predicted it, at least for myself. At least for myself. I actually like all of these. These two, Racket of the year. Yonex V-Core 98, Yonex V-Core 100. Just a great all-around racket. Suits pretty much everybody, depending upon if you're a beginner, all the way up to, I would say, advanced. Anybody can go here. I mean, obviously the 100 is going to be easier to play with, a little more challenging on the 98. But I mean, if you're beginner, easier power. If you need to control, go here. If you're an advanced level player, you're probably going to go here anyways. But great all around rackets. Thank you, Yonex. You guys are doing a great job. Best power racket, guys, Dunlop 800. It's a 110. We're going back to 110 days. If you play doubles, if you need that extra power, this is your frame. It's just easy to play with. Nice feel, great all around fit for that person who just needs a little more, just needs a little bit more. It reminds me of, like, hammer days, but not so head heavy. Okay? Best game improvement racket right there. All right, let's move on. Okay. Best new technology goes to VT Advantech, guys. So for somebody to invent strips that help dampen vibration, that's pretty innovative because nobody ever thinks about these things. So here's the thing about the strips and the grips. You do not see immediate results. It's not like, throwing a victory band on your thing and you're okay to play. It's kind of like a long-term thing. So if you need immediate relief on tennis elbow, you buy one of these. And for down the road, you get this with it and you put it on your racket. And after this does its job, this will do its job with it. So it'll prevent you from wearing this, let's say 2 to 3 months down the road. So it helps dampen the vibration, and it helps, with basically your bad technique, not basically get to your elbow or your wrist or your shoulder. Okay. So, great thinking, guys. Good product. Okay. Great thinking, great product. But you have to go hand in hand here. If you're hurting right now, if you're just thinking down the road that you don't quite have tennis elbow yet, these are great preventative measures. Now, my favorite overgrip is still Super Tack, guys. I love these grips, and I've promoted it all year long. People know I love this as my go-to overgrip for everybody else, because you guys know I don't play with overgrip, but this is definitely my go-to overgrip. It's a little thicker, has a little better feel. It's got a great neutral tack, as I call it. It's not overly tacky, but kind of has a natural tack to it. Obviously the white's going to be tackier for those of you who have to have black because of your dirty, sweaty hands. Getting the white so dirty, go with the black. It's still good, guys. My replacement grips are still Hydrozorb Pro. Still love that, my go-to. So that's my product of the year for replacement grips. Okay, so let's move on. So the game that's growing rapidly, very, very fast, pickleball. I haven't really gotten into it myself yet. I've played maybe twice with my buddy Frankie, Coach Frankie. But this department has grown. Basically from 2 to 4 pegs to all this, right? I'm selling a ton of balls. So this is the fastest growing sport in the world. They're literally taking tennis courts away and putting 4 pickleball courts on there. So I'm like looking around, like, what happened to my tennis courts? They're pickleball now. I'm like, okay. So I might be turning this channel into pickle spin one day if it keeps doing this. But that'll be a different video. Okay. So fastest growing sport, guys. If you haven't picked it up, you guys can probably teach me about this stuff. Let's move on. Shoe section. The shoes section has been very, very interesting. As you know, it's been a struggle, a big struggle to get any type of shoes on your feet It's just, people can't make them fast enough. People getting COVID and shutting down warehouses. Not enough boats, not enough containers. It's just a whole damn deal. But we were able to get some new stuff this year. Obviously, the Wave Exceed has been great. We will be seeing a new Wave Exceed 5 coming next year. I don't have pictures yet, but that's what I've heard. And hopefully it's better. Not that this one's bad, but hopefully they improve it in a good way. But the one shoe, though, aside from the Wave Exceed, that I love, I usually don't wear Nikes. This is the first time I've worn a Nike since... Yeah, it's been that long. I'm even thinking it was the Pete Sampras days and it wasn't those Oscillates, because I didn't like those Oscillates. It was those Max Airs with the bubble in the back that Pete wore. What the freaking year was that? 92, 3, 4 in there? It had that air bubble in the back. But anyways, this is the best shoe, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion, they've ever made. These turbos. They've actually made a steady boot, right? There's actually cushion. Yes, there's actually cushion. It's not like I'm stepping on the floor when I, run around. So, thank you, Nike, for designing a great shoe, at least for me. So that was a big shocker for me when I was trying these on, and I'm like, oh man, but thank you, Nike. Turbos, right? My shoe of the year. Thank you, Nike. Okay, let's go to strings. So I've recently, as people have been asking me, they want more spin, but they don't want to hurt their arm too much. Recently, people have been asking about Black Widow again. And I'm like, man, this string's been around for 10 years, I want to say. And I was like, damn, I totally forgot about Black Widow. So I've actually tested this myself in the last couple of weeks. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that string. So I want to say, best unknown string to come back. Try that, guys. Try that in a combo. Try that in a hybrid. You'll get spin, you'll get feel, and it's not going to hurt your arm. And it's textured for more spin. It's a little difficult to string. It's not horrible. But comeback string of the year, Black Widow, guys. Think of it. Now, as you guys know, I love that Polytour Rev, which is, in my opinion, a great soft poly. I would actually like to give the string of the year to my string, Confidential, but in the 18 gauge. They came out with that 18 gauge this year, and it actually holds tension very well, provides a little more spin. It's easily hybrided, and hey, Confidential 18. They kind of kept it under wraps too, because my buddy Norm didn't even tell me. A customer had to tell me. He's like, did you know Confidential came in 18? I'm like, what? They kept it confidential to even me, their biggest fan. So I called Norm. I was like, Norm, what's up with this 18? He's like, oh yeah. Won't send me some, buddy. Okay. So 18. So sometimes I'm using this 18 on my own racket now, and it's great. So my new combination for most people is 18 and React 16. So that's the synthetic of the year, in my opinion. Gamma's done a great job. It took a while for this to come. I've been literally asking for this for 8 years. I was like, make a slicker TNT that's a little more durable so it doesn't notch so fast. Welcome TNT React Pro 16. And that's the combination. Go straight here if you're a synthetic person, then it comes in 17, or do this kind of combo. That's combo of the year right there. Okay. So that was kind of a mouthful for me. I'm gonna need to take a coffee break now. All right, so that's my year-end review, and those are the products that have, surprised, indulged, and made me happy in 2021. All right, congratulations to the products. Congratulations to the companies for your innovation and your, thinking of the tennis community. All right. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.